Hello everyone, my name is Sierra, but you can also call me Frog. I'm a Christian missionary, an artist, and now I do YouTube as a hobby. I recently came back from a missions trip to Zimbabwe and Zambia, and while I was in Africa, I didn't have a lot of time to draw. On top of that, art hasn't been a huge part of my life for the last 6 months, as I wanted to focus more on God and my relationship with Him. All that to say, I'm not very happy with my current art skills. So I've designed a challenge to see how fast I can improve my art skills, and my subjects are my old sonas, or personas, and I drug them up from the depths on my old Facebook page. So let's get started on the first one, and I'll explain the rules as we go. Ira was one of my first attempts at a humanoid sona, or a character that represents me online. She and the other characters in this video come from the year of 2021, as I've lost a lot of my art from before that year. Her most defining trait is that she is as bald as an egg, except for this little wisp of hair. This character was the face of my Facebook for over half a freaking year. Why did I like drawing myself bald and blue? During the challenge, I'll be drawing 3 of my old sonas, and Ira, as the first one, will serve as the quote-unquote control. I didn't allow myself to reference any art by other people, only real pictures, to see my current skill level in all aspects of art, and to see what I want to improve. So in doing some initial sketches of Ira, I debated which way I wanted to go in her design. As you can see from a lot of my earlier art, and some of my more recent stuff too, I kept things really simple, and I didn't put a lot of effort into actually designing my character. This left a lot of room to go different directions. But I decided eventually to turn it into a candle because her hair looks kind of like melted wax. I mean, I've never seen a candle OC, so you gotta give me points for creativity. I'm not sure if this was the best idea though, as the final result didn't really end up looking like Ira, as you will see shortly. Choosing colors was where I first went wrong. I decided I wanted to use a cute color palette, but if you look really carefully, you might be able to notice it's not anything like Ira's original colors. You will also see me struggle a lot to get the balance right, as all of the colors are similar in shade to each other and my reference image was incredibly high in contrast. So yeah, I kind of shot myself in the foot. A side note, shading the melting wax was an absolute pain in the butt. I'm never drawing this redesign again, oh my goodness. Anyways, here it is finished. I really like this piece, but there are a few things I wish I could improve. That's why in the next art piece, I will be focusing on color theory, character design, and shading. And now that I'm allowed to reference other people's art, Prickly Alpaca is someone I've watched for years, and her art style is one of my absolute favorites. For much of my artist career, I've aspired to be able to draw like her. Brief warning, I don't necessarily endorse the beliefs or ideologies of any artist I study. I simply think that their art is gorgeous and worthy to learn from. Thanks. Alright, so the next sona I'm drawing is this girl. She made a very brief appearance on my old Facebook page as one of the quote-unquote Sierras of an alternate universe. She was a time traveler and a leader of a revolt against the multiverse system. Wait, did I predict Into the Spider-Verse? Anyways, I don't remember her name, so I've dubbed her Sienna for this video. And though she isn't as significant a part of my art journey as some of the other designs I was working on in this video, her design caught my eye when I was deciding what to draw. Having a clock strapped to her chest is actually a cool idea, despite the fact that she looks kind of like the American flag. Was this intentional when I drew her at first? Starting out the sketch, I wanted to focus on how Prickly Alpaca designs her characters, and the amount of detail she gives each art piece. I tried to copy this with drawing Sienna, but definitely toned it down for the sake of my sanity. If you look closely at Prickly Alpaca's art, her line art is a little bit sketchy, as is her rendering. Now, I love me some clean line art, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I decided I was better than some sketchy line art. That was a mistake. This art piece wasn't even that complicated, but I was so frustrated by the line art that I had to take several days break off of drawing it. I did have some troubles with coloring as well, as I didn't want the browns to be monotonous and was really trying to create a gradient of colors that would draw attention to her face. But I think the hard work did pay off. And the final step, shading and rendering. Studying Prickly Alpaca's art, I realized she has a pretty simple approach, but throws in alternating hues and textures that bring her art to life. I tried to throw in a bit of that into my art, but I'm not very confident yet, so it's a little hard to spot. And all done! My favorite things about this art piece would definitely be her saucy pose, her hairstyle, and her steampunk parts. The one thing I would like to improve about the drawings is the hair. Pretty much all of my drawings have short hair because I struggle so much with shading hair. I also have short hair, and these are my sonas, so... But I have just the talented artist for the job. Hanakyu and her beautiful wild Hanakyu hair. I love Hanakyu's art so much, and with the amount of her videos I watch, I wouldn't be surprised if my style becomes more and more anime as time goes on. And the final sona I'll be drawing for this challenge is Firefly. She's technically a redesign of Ira, so I don't really know how that works, but we'll go with it. I still am fond of Firefly and her story. Her tragic tale involved being chosen by a magical feather to receive incredibly overpowered magical powers to save the world. She doesn't want to save the world though, and wants to stay as a nobody instead. Her hesitation causes the destruction of everyone and everything she loves, and she's revealed to be the villain of the story at the end. I love my angsty and emotionally broken baby. So drawing her again after all these years was actually pretty fun, and giving her long hair and a pretty dress made me really happy. In honor of Hanakyu, I gave her big sparkly eyes and used a more soft shading on her face. And finally the time came for me to shade her hair. And oh my goodness, why is hair so freaking hard? It took so long, and I still have no clue how Hanakyu does it. I got to a point where I was satisfied though. And sometimes you just got to do that and just step away from your art piece. And here she is, all done. I really do love this art piece, but even now I can point out a few things I would like to improve. But that's for another time. Here are my 3 Sona's final reveals. Thank you so much for watching! Comment down below which of the 3 you like the best, and if you think I improved or not. Like if you want to see a part 2 to the video. Any and all support you give this channel supports me and my ministry work. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you around. Bye!